It's always so hard to let go of different pieces of your agency, and letting go of client relationships and handing it off to somebody else can be really difficult. But when you get the right people in place and you have the right team members doing their job really, really well, you can let go of the white knuckle grip on your agency. Here's how.
Welcome to the Happy Clients Podcast, brought to you by Dot & Company. Whether you're a virtual assistant, an agency owner, or a client-facing account manager, we all deal with clients. Lucky for you, client management is what we do best. Now, let's dig in, chat cam life, and have some fun along the way. Cheers to happy clients.
So this is something that we talk with agency owners about like every single day. And when you're a small business and it's always been your baby, you get to this point where you feel like you just need to control every single element of everything that's going on, from sales to client experience to feedback to results to everything. And you hit a point in your agency's growth where this is stopping you. And so a big thing that we talk with agency owners about is how they can let go of control and how they can get there. And this is actually unique for both Katie and I, because we both felt like we were also like that. We both had a white knuckle grip on everything in the business. And now we both feel like we're at a point where we do relinquish a lot of control. So let's kind of talk about some tips that we give agency owners to get there.
Yeah. And just as like a preface to this episode is that I feel like that's when people are coming to us. They like know that they need to let go, but they just don't know how, or they've tried to let go and it hasn't been the right person, or they've tried to empower an internal team member and it just doesn't work out. So the whole sort of reason why people are coming to us is a lot of this reason. They're just holding on. They can't leave it in the right hands. So I think that's the very first point to make, right? Like, actually you can let go, you can really give this to the people on your team, but it does have to be the right person. And I think that's where Dot & Company comes in, because we do have this really great system of providing the agencies that we work with these really great candidates. So when they think about kind of passing a relationship over that they've had for years, it's into really trustworthy hands. So I think that's a very, very important part of this whole puzzle, is the people involved, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And another thing is to think about, what are your big goals in your business and in your life? If you think about why you started a business, it's probably not to be doing all of the admin or not to be talking to every single client. You have to always remind yourself what your goal is. Is your goal to get out of sales? Is your goal to get out of client management? Then by trusting your team, allowing them to make mistakes, allowing them to follow a process is going to get you there so much quicker. So always keeping that top of mind. And I do this for myself as well. Like, for example, sales. This is something that's really tricky for me to let go of, but I know that I can't spend 40 hours a week just in calls, because that's just not productive for me and for the business. So by training people to take over these calls and by following the framework, I just have to trust that they're going to do a good job and give them feedback along the way. But by practicing this feedback and letting go of control and seeing that other people can do just as good of a job is just something that like you build the muscle over time.
Yeah, like totally the problem that people come to us with. So agency owners out there, like, you are not alone. Everybody's trying to navigate this next step of, how do I get there, which is kind of letting go. And usually it's kind of when productivity drops a little bit, right? Like, they don't have time to get back to the emails. They can't get back to the Slack messages in a timely manner. So logically, the next step is having that dedicated person. So it's something like, if you're a chef and a chef hires servers so they can focus on what they do best, you're not a chef presenting all the food, because you got to make the food, you got to cook the food, you got to come up with the recipe. So something like that really is a good analogy when you think about agency owners and their clients and kind of those relationships. Like, you're the chef, let us be the servers.
Taking a quick pause on today's episode to talk to you about the beginning of a referral-worthy client experience. I want to introduce you to our complete onboarding package for digital marketing agencies. So this isn't your first rodeo. You know the client experience can make or break a project. Forget the blood, sweat, and tears that you and your team have poured into a project. If the client doesn't feel as important as their project, you won't land those referrals your business is banking on. But who has the time to baby their clients and promise them the results? The good news is onboarding your clients is the beginning of that referral-worthy client experience and your secret to repeat clients. And in the complete onboarding package, we're showing you how to onboard your clients like professional client account managers. That's us. So what is the complete onboarding package? It is everything you need to know about onboarding. As dedicated client account managers for some of the world's most successful digital marketing agencies, we've onboarded more clients than we can count. We've tried and tested and retested our process to get it perfect. And that is now this complete onboarding package. From the sales call to the launch, the complete onboarding package shows you how we onboarded clients into digital marketing agencies step by step, including the exact tools and templates we use with real clients. You'll get a 24 step-by-step guide, 22 in-depth video tutorials, and more than 18 tools and templates, so you can take action right away, swipe, and implement right into your agency. So if you are an agency, make sure you head over to clientaccountmanager.com/onboarding to get your hands on the complete onboarding package.
I want you guys to always focus on what is your passion, what you're so good at, and let us do ours, where we are that dedicated person, or even having somebody in your agency dedicated to communications, to sort of the Slack messages, to the project management. So everything kind of gets delivered at the right place is essential. And I feel like as agencies grow, as they get there, this is something that most everybody sort of has to deal with.
Exactly. And it's something that doesn't happen overnight, but literally every agency says the same thing. Like, I can't imagine handing this over. Or even sometimes we'll be working with an agency who feels like they do want to give up control and they want to bring somebody in, but then they're like micromanaging. So then we have to coach agencies to actually let go of some things and let your account manager or your other team members do things. And they will ask questions and they will, optimize processes, but it is something that takes time, but it is normal. Once you can get to that point where you can let go, like Katie and I have done, the business can be bigger than you, and your clients are going to get a better experience, that things are going to run smoothly, and that you're going to build processes and put things in the hands of people who are capable, and it's not all going to be living in your brain.
Exactly. And I was just going to say that it doesn't happen overnight. You don't hire a client account manager and boom, everything's like perfect. No, it has to like really be sort of part of your business that you nurture until it gets to a really, really awesome spot that you are like not only your client's best friend, but client account management is their best friend. And, you're like, oh, Katie's got that, no problem. And it's just this internal trust that really works. So if you're thinking it's a turnkey process, definitely not, but you are not alone. Agency owners need this piece in their agency because it does allow you to grow, expand, and really focus on what you are good at, that kind of chef piece of the puzzle. And having somebody dedicated to those relationships is just so important to the growth of every agency.
So if you are thinking, I have way too much control going on in my agency, maybe it's time that we have a chat. We will walk you down the path that we think is the best recommendation for you. So definitely head over to dotandcompany.co and we'll see you over there. Thank you so much for listening into another episode of the Happy Clients Podcast.
Cheers to happy clients.